Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is my daughter Alayna, my oldest one. Say hi.
Hi.
She loves YouTube, so she's really excited about this. So she's gonna have a Jojo Siwa birthday party this weekend, and we figured we'd do some DIYs. So what we're gonna do is some cupcake toppers and some party bags, but we're gonna customize them by using Jojo Siwa stickers. I'm just trying to save some money this year. So these pieces of paper, all the other supplies outside of the bags and the stickers, I already have. Here is a list of everything that you'll need. You'll need some toothpicks, glue dots or glue stick, stickers, bags, a circle cutter or scissors, and paper. These bags, I went to the Dollar Tree and they come 3 for $1. So I did get 12. I think she only has 10 kids coming to the party, but they come in packs of 3. So 3 times 4 is 12. And I couldn't get 3 because it'd only be 9. Math. So it's pretty simple. If you don't have one of these little cutters, you can easily just use scissors. So, or something like that. But these, it has like the little rippled edge, and I'll show you that. But I can just easily punch these out, and then I can put the sticker on. Now, because I'm using glittered paper, the stickers probably aren't going to stick very well. So I did get glue dots as well as a glue stick. We'll see which one works the best.
On March 9th, I'll be turning 7.
Yeah, on March 9th. That's her birthday. But if you don't have that little cutting machine or little cutout, all you do is you'll stick the stickers on the paper first, and then you can just use scissors to cut out around it, and you can have that little border. I might need to go get scissors. Forgive me, we're on their little kids' table because my house has horrible lighting, so we're sitting in front of a window in our living room because my kitchen has no lighting. So
you have not seen me in a long time.
Yeah, Alayna hasn't been on the channel. Ooh, that's loud. Alrighty. So you can see that. That's how they come out. Just like that. So it has the little scalloped edge. So I'm gonna just put it on right now without the glue, just so you guys can see. But that's how it looks. So it's super cool. For the gift bag, of course, you just stick it on the gift bag like that. For the cupcake toppers, that is what the toothpicks are gonna be for.
Yeah.
So all you're gonna do is take a toothpick. Now, I might need to we might need glue gun, but I'm gonna see how the glue dots work first, just because Alayna wanted to help me, and I'm not gonna have hot glue around her just in case. So these are quite tiny, but we'll see how they work.
Yep. I
didn't have big ones, so for the cupcake toppers, what you'll do is you'll just get the glue dot, you'll put it on the little toothpick. Did I say Q-tip before? I think I did say Q-tip. The toothpick, and you'll put it on. Just make sure that you're gonna leave most of the toothpick off of the paper. That way, however high you top your frosting on your cupcakes, the paper doesn't actually touch it. It'll just be the toothpick. So we're gonna put it on more or less like the bottom part of that. And there you go. And it's actually, I mean, it's working pretty well. So I think we're good. I don't think I'm gonna need to use a glue gun.
You haven't seen me since the treat bag one?
Yeah.
The treat bag video?
Yeah.
With my sisters in it.
Yeah, the Halloween one. Is that cute, Alayna?
Yeah.
All right, so we might just speed up this next process. Well, you know what? Let's do one of the bags, and we can show them that, and then I'll just speed this up, and you guys can see. These are loud. Now I have another one of these, and I recommend them over this one. It's more of like a scissor where you can like use this, and that's how you like press out or cut out the piece of paper, just by going like this with your hand instead of like pushing this down. I recommend those. But I only have a smaller one, and it doesn't have the little scalloped edges, so we're stuck with this one. That's okay. I'm only able to do it 20 times, so we're good. All right, do you want to do this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I mean, the sticker is staying pretty well, so on the glittered paper, so you might not even need the glue stick or anything. Did you get it perfect in center? Yeah. Perfect! Yeah. Is it perfect?
What? It doesn't have to be perfect.
It doesn't have to be perfect? Who do you think you're talking to? Okay, you did a good job. That was good, actually. All right, so we're gonna get a glue dot. Okay, now you're just gonna press the glue dot like that.
The toothpick?
Nope, this one's gonna go on the bag, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So just put it in the middle of it and push this down.
Okay.
Yep, and then lift it up and it should stick to the paper.
Yay.
Ooh. All right, so we get our bag. Now, hold on, let me see if it looks better in like the middle or on top. Let's do it on top, that way people can see it a little bit better. So I'm gonna put it more up here instead of like the middle. Alrighty, so put it on the top. Here. Like, do you see these little ribs? Like right there, okay?
Little ribs.
The ribs from the handle.
Ribs.
Alright, and there we go. Ta-da! Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We have cupcake toppers and gift bags that are customized to her birthday. I mean, if I'm not...
And there will be another part to this where we put stuff into the bag. Yeah,
we can do that now. I'll show you what we got for her goodie bags.
And I already know what's in them.
Yeah, she does. This is really inexpensive, especially if you've already got like the supplies, like the glue dots, like me, if you're a crafter. These are from previous parties. So let's go ahead and show you what's gonna be in these.
I'm gonna pause this video real quick and go get the stuff. We have these 3D stickers.
Yeah, they're kind of like holographic-ish, not holographic. What does it mean? Like they, you know, where the image moves back and forth?
Yeah.
So we got a little sticker.
Then we got some lip gloss.
Some lip gloss. We have another pack of that.
Yeah.
We have these squishies. Push them for them. They're slow rice squishies. Those were from Walmart. These were also from Walmart, these two. This one was from Party City, so it's a little party pack, and it has the coloring book, stickers, and crayons in there.
And then we have these. There's some tattoos, then there's stickers, and then there's a stamp. These were actually from Valentine's. I gave them out at school. And we had leftovers because there's such little amount of girls. And then...
Yeah, there's not very many girls in her class, so
there's leftovers.
We had leftovers, and I got an extra bag of these, so I'm going to probably put, like, probably even 3 in there. These were from Walmart, and they came with 20 boxes. These were from Target around Valentine's Day, and we had leftovers from their classes. So
then we have 2 hearts, then 2, and then 2 stars. That's all.
So yeah, that's everything that is going in their bags. Let's get started making them.
I want to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I won. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I want to be silly, baby, dancing.
So did forget one thing that we were gonna put in the bags, and it was these little lollipops. They're very Jojo Siwa, but they're in the Easter section right now. They came 20, and I think they were for $4 or $5 for the 20 of them. So we're gonna put those in the bags as well.
Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. You can.
So here are all the ingredients that you're gonna need. I am halving this recipe. I'm gonna be making cupcakes. This yields about 12 to 15 cupcakes. If you're making the full recipe, it does do about 2 dozen, or if you're making, you know, a 2-layered cake, the full recipe is something that you're gonna need. I'm just doing the half recipe for their birthday. So the first thing we're gonna do is put the butter in the mixer. Obviously, if you have a handheld mixer, that works fine too. A stand-up mixer is by far better, especially for the egg whites we're gonna later do. You're gonna definitely want a stand mixer for that because you're gonna have to beat them a very long time. So we're gonna go ahead and take that butter and put it into the mixer. And we're gonna mix that on a low speed starting out, just to kind of get it around. Then you'll gradually want to speed it up and make sure that it's all. So sometimes you can get like a spatula and scrape down the sides. I use this mixer that has a silicone scraper on the side, so I don't have to do that. It is wise to just kind of check and make sure everything is combining well together, but we'll go ahead and start that. So now we're gonna add our sugar and oil, and we're gonna beat that until it's all blended well together in a good consistency. So add your sugar and your canola oil, or I'm actually using vegetable oil. Either one of them will work. Add that. And then you always just want, I always kind of start it off, just do it a little bit slow, that way nothing like splashes up at you. And then you can speed it up until it's all combined well together. If you don't have the silicone scraper already, you're going to want to scrape down the sides, make sure everything is combined well together again. And then we're going to go ahead and add our vanilla and just mix that again. Okay, so for this next part, you're going to want to go ahead and whisk together your flour, your baking powder, and your salt in a bowl. I made it easier for myself and I pre-measured everything before I did this. So add your salt and your baking powder, and I actually have this tiny little whisk that was an attachment to my handheld mixer that I no longer have. So I'm just going to whisk that together. And the reason that you do it is because when you're adding dry ingredients into wet ingredients, you want to make sure that nothing gets like clumped together. A really good example of this is if you've ever made graham cracker crust, because you're going to be adding in brown sugar, and that's already kind of like clumped together sometimes anyways. So you want to make sure that you're, you know, mixing that all up in with your cinnamon and then putting it with your cinnamon, and if you have any regular sugar in the recipe, before you add it to the graham crackers. Then you mix it with the graham cracker crumbs before adding that melted butter, because otherwise you just get like a clump of brown sugar, and that's gross if you're biting on it into that. And it's the same way with this. You don't want a lump of salt when you bite into a cake. So that's all this step is really for. For this next step, we're going to be alternating between the dry mixture with the flour, salt, and baking powder and the milk. So you're going to mix in just a little bit of the flour, put that on a low speed, keep it on a low speed. Okay, we're going to want to keep this on a low speed while we're gradually putting in each of this so it doesn't like splash up at you, and it gives it time to kind of all combine well together. So I'm going to put this up just a little bit and add some of that in there so I don't splash it on myself. So you're just going to alternate adding in the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients so that it all combines in smoothly and there's no lumps. Okay, so at this point, if you have another like container for your mixer, that's when you're gonna wanna change these out. I don't, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scrape this. Don't worry, my hands are clean. Not that you care, you're not eating this, me and my family are. But if at this point you don't have another bowl for your mixer, pour this batter into another small bowl just to kind of sit aside. Wash this bowl out and go ahead, and we're gonna wanna switch from that to the whisk attachment because we're gonna be whipping and whisking the egg whites up so that they become fluffy. All right, so this next part's kind of tricky if you're not like skilled. But what you're going to be doing is separating the egg whites from the egg yolks. So the easiest way that I've found for myself is to use my hand as like a strainer. So what we'll do is crack this sucker open, kind of let that egg fall into your hand, and in between your fingers, that egg white will separate itself for you. You just set the egg yolk aside. We're not using it. We're going to toss it. Sometimes, depending on the recipe, you may want to use this. All right, last one. I'm gonna let that separate. Look at me, I'm making a mess. That's okay, all done. I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hands, throw those away, and I'll be right back. All right, fresh hands, we're gonna go ahead and add the egg whites into the mixer. Now this other step, not necessary, but it does help. If you have cream of tartar, just kind of put a dash in there. I don't have a strainer, so I'm just gonna take literally a pinch and kind of sprinkle it in there. It's just gonna help stiffen the egg whites and keep them together. It has like an acidity. I guess you can probably, I've heard you can use like lemon juice as well, like just a thing of a little bit of lemon, but I mean, that's gonna alter the taste, so I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna start it off on a low speed and then gradually work up a little bit higher. So you're just gonna beat these until they form stiff peaks, kind of like this. So I went ahead and stopped the camera for you guys. This is really what you're gonna be looking for, that consistency, almost like whipped cream, if you've ever made homemade whipped cream. All right, so now we're gonna take our egg whites and just basically take a little bit in there and we're gonna fold it. So if you've never done this before, this is basically what it's gonna look like. So you're gonna scrape the bottom of the bowl, come out and around, scrape around the sides, under and flip. Scrape around the sides, under and flip. Just keep doing that until we've folded the whole egg white in. This is a process, it's an arm workout, and you can kind of cut in the middle too. We don't want to leave anything behind. We just don't want to lose the fluffiness of the egg white, okay? That's what's going to make your cake really, whoop. I just flung a little bit across my table. That's okay. We just don't want to lose the fluffiness, right? That's what's going to make our cake really light and fluffy and amazing. So take that. Once that's well combined, just scrape that off on the side like that. Take another little bit of your egg white mixture, pull it in, and continue the process until you've combined all of your egg whites in. So you're gonna set your oven to 350 degrees, and once that's heated up, you are gonna place the cupcakes in the oven for about 15 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Hair is up because now my kitchen is all hot from my oven being on. Now just for the sake of showing you how to do the multicolored piping, like the multicolored frosting in the piping bag. This is from yesterday. I already made a full batch. I was just being silly. I don't know what I was thinking. I have full batches so that if I make cakes, so I can do the filling and the outer layers and pipe the whole bag. I filled 24 cupcakes, or I frosted 24 cupcakes, and I still have all this frosting. So I am making a very, very, very small amount for you guys just to show you how to color the frosting, separate it, put it in the saran wrap, and actually put it in a piping bag. I'm going to leave the recipe down below, and I also will insert it here and now so that you guys can either screenshot it or write it down. Okay, so you'll need vanilla, salted butter, just my preference, that's what I do. Powdered sugar, again, it doesn't matter. This is Walmart. This is Walmart brand butter. This is the C&H powdered sugar, and I have McCormick pure vanilla extract. You're going to need some type of gel food coloring. I got these at Walmart. Now I have the Wilton gel food colorings, but I didn't have any neon colors. And we were doing Jojo Siwa birthday, and I needed the neon colors. I wanted it to be very bright and vibrant, and this just so happened to be cheaper. It came with the orange, pink, purple, and green, which were specifically the colors I was looking for. And then I am going to be using milk for my frosting recipe, but you can use heavy cream, almond milk. Of course, you can substitute these things. For instance, butter, you can use margarine if you are vegan. And instead of using regular milk, you can use almond milk. I have done both. Still very good. They're all consisting of sugar and vanilla. That's really what makes the flavor anyways. Okay, so let's get started. Again, I'm not going to show you measurements right now, but the recipe for my specific frosting will be down below, and it's going to make this huge full 16-inch piping bag of frosting for you. So the first thing you want to do when you make your frosting is add the butter in, and however much you're making, I'm just going to use a little piece of the butter right there. Can you scrape that in? You're going to add the butter, and you are going to mix that until it's very creamy and it becomes more of like a white color. That's just going to make your frosting a lot more fluffy. I need to get the attachment for my mixer. I forgot because I washed it earlier from the cake batter. All right. You can really just turn this on high right away unless you're making a huge batch of frosting and you don't want the butter to splatter up on you. Okay, I literally just realized that I already had an open bag of powdered sugar. It's the Great Value brand from Walmart. So I'm gonna use that instead of opening a brand new bag because that would be stupid.
Yep.
Again, all measurements are listed down below. I'm making a very, very, very tiny batch so that I can just show you how to do the coloring and piping. This, you definitely want to start off on a very low speed. You don't want all the powder to shoot up at you. A little bit of milk. So what I'm going to do first is scrape the bowl of frosting, and I'm going to divide it in equal parts of 4 because I'm making 4 colors of frosting. Of course, if you're just doing 2 colors, you do it in 2, 3, the math, right? Outside of this, you're going to need some sort of cup. Now, when you're making a larger amount of frosting, you're going to want a taller cup. But right now, we're only doing a little bit. So I really just want something that's going to fit my bag in enough to put it over like that so that it doesn't fall over when you're putting in the frosting bag. So you're going to need a piping bag, or in my case, I'm just using a baggie. This works completely fine. You are going to need a frosting tip. I use this one. I don't remember it. It's not the star, but I'll list it right now. For now, I'm not going to use a tip. Now, if you are using a tip, you want to put the tip in the bottom of the bag already cut, just like this one. So if this bag was empty, I'd be putting it in with the tip down in the cup, okay? Right now, I'm not going to be using a tip because this is not the frosting that we're going to be frosting the cupcakes with. All right, so just set that aside. You're going to take your gel food coloring and you're just going to separate the colors. So I'm going to go ahead and do the orange in here. And just a generous amount. I mean, that was probably way too much. But you can always start off with a little and then add. It's easier to add than it is to take away. So. All right, I'm just going to use the knife that I had here, and I'm going to go ahead and mix those all together. All right, I apologize, you guys. My camera died. I went ahead and mixed all of those colors. The next thing you're going to need is some cling wrap or plastic wrap. I'm just using the Glad, and a pair of scissors because the cutter on these suck, and you don't want to get it all stuck together. So you're just going to take it, open it up. Now, if I'm going to be using a large amount of frosting, I'm gonna need to make this really long. But I'm not using large amounts, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make a small amount right there. Place a knife on that side and cut it here. Alright, we're gonna lay that out flat. Stick it down. What we're gonna do is take each of the frostings and we're gonna lay them out in a line right next to each other, okay?
You had me at hello.
So once we have our colors laid out, this part is pretty easy. You just take one side and you're gonna roll those colors together, okay? We're gonna stop right here and press the cling wrap together because we don't want it to like just spread out. We want it to stay in that circular like size or shape. Got a better word for it. And then we're just gonna spin that around like that, and that's how it should look. Just like that, all the colors incorporated. Now what you're gonna do is bring your cup over. You're gonna snip this side, pinch it together. It is more difficult when you get the bigger amount of frosting, I will say that. So you're gonna snip, pinch, and then you're gonna drop it in your bag. Make sure it's at the corner if you are using a baggie. And we're gonna go ahead and snip this off. And this is just gonna be a demonstration for the round one. So the first thing that you wanna do is make sure that you get some of the frosting out, okay? So that is not pretty. You wanna go ahead and squeeze some out first. Set it aside. And then you're gonna wanna go ahead and swirl it out together. This is just a simple swirl, and that's kind of what it looks like. That's obviously very messy. So I'm going to show you what it actually looks like with the piping tip, which is what we want it to look like, okay? But you don't have to use it. That looks really cool to me as well, okay? Okay, so something happened with my recording showing you my actual piping. I did put it on my Instagram stories, so I'm sharing that with you here. But you're going to want to hold your piping back straight up and just slowly squeeze. Start in the middle and go all the way around to create that little like rose flower shape. I'm sorry it couldn't be full screen, but this is what I had for you guys. Hopefully it works.
'Cause I need you. Yeah, so call me anytime that you need a favor. Call me anytime I can come and save you. Call me anytime that you need a friend, and call me anytime when you're out of time, and I got you.
Did you have fun, Alayna?
Yeah.
Was that fun to do on your own? Yeah, do you think your friends are gonna like them? Yeah. All right, so that was it for this video. I really hope that you guys liked the Jojo Siwa birthday party DIY planning. And if you did, what should you do?
Subscribe, hit that like button.
Awesome.
And hit the bell.
And hit the bell icon and make sure you get notifications every time I post.
Yeah.
She likes YouTube. Like me. All right. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.